Hey guys, so in today's video we are going to be talking about the Canucks' 3-1 loss versus the Toronto Maple Leafs. Let's just say it was a step in the right direction. And that's because the Canucks played really good in the first two periods of the game. They just looked like they actually wanted to win. They forechecked really hard and they didn't let the Leafs get out of their own zone as easily as they have in the last couple games. And the Canucks did a pretty good job at defending in this game compared to the last couple ones against the Maple Leafs, because they didn't let them enter their zone as easy, because in the last couple games they just kind of backed up. They were like, okay, Maple Leafs, you can come in, but this one they just stood their ground a lot more. Now let's talk about the one Canucks goal. It all started with Ollie Levy hitting Austin Matthews. Austin Matthews then retaliates with a cross check to the back, and that is called. So because of Ollie Levy, the Canucks go on the power play. It doesn't look good. It looks like it's gonna escape the zone, but no, BOESER keeps it in, and then it works its way to PETTERSSON, and he has a beautiful shot that goes in. So the score was now 1-1. So it was now the end of the second period. The Canucks were leading in the shot department 27-7, which really shows that they were just dominating in these two periods. And well, in the third period, Toronto came out with guns blazing. They pretty much played just like the Canucks in the first two periods. The problem with the Canucks is that they were playing as if they were defending a 1-goal lead when they were just tied. All that fire, all that forecheck, all that hard work just seemed to have just evaporated into thin air. This will resulted into the Maple Leafs scoring 2 goals in 10 seconds. Both goals were bad, but especially the one where Hughes just held onto the puck for way too long and while he gave it away, and the Toronto Maple Leafs capitalized on it. And I think that's really the big difference between Toronto and Vancouver. When Toronto has a chance to score a goal, most of the time they do. And that's something that the Canucks have really been struggling to do, because they have a lot of chances in games, but they just don't find a way to get it into the back of the net. Now I want to talk about Jake Virtanen. First of all, look at this play. It kind of summarizes the type of game that Jake Virtanen had. He gave the puck away way too many times. And while there are a lot of rumors that the Canucks are looking to trade him, and I am definitely not against that idea. He needs a fresh start somewhere else, because it's definitely not working out of the Canucks. But I really don't think the team he is on is the problem, because he just doesn't seem to be working hard and to want the puck out there. Now let's talk about the Canucks goaltending. It was a pretty interesting call by Travis Green to put BRADEN HOLTBY back into the net for the second game in a row. And well, it didn't really pay off. He was much better than he was in the last couple games, and I think that really was because the team in front of him also played much better. But in the third period, that is where we need him. That is where we need BRADEN HOLTBY to bail out the Canucks. That is something that Anderson on the Maple Leafs did multiple times for them. And that's where, again, I come back to Jacob Markstrom. This is where they really miss him. And that's why, well, I don't really have any hope of BRADEN HOLTBY getting any better, because he's been on a decline for a couple years now. But that's where THATCHER DEMKO steps in. One of the things that would really help the Canucks get back into the season would be good goaltending. And while we saw it in the playoffs, we saw what THATCHER DEMKO can do, and I really hope he can recreate that in this season. But overall, it seems like the season is slipping away for the Canucks right now. And that's because, well, they've again lost 5 games in a row. And when you lose 5 games in a row in a 56-game season, it's going to be very hard to come back from. The Canucks now have a 4-game series against the Calgary Flames. And the Canucks, well, they need to win at least 3, I think, of these 4 games. But if they lose all 4 of these next games, it's over. The Canucks have no chance of getting into the playoffs. And well, maybe we tank for Luke Hughes. Even though the Canucks lost in this game, they did look a lot better. And I really hope they can continue this trend in the next game versus the Calgary Flames. Anyways, I really hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video.